Hey, welcome to the special on the road edition, I guess, of Mahoning Matters News, our weekly podcast. I'm Chris Pugh. I got Guy Vogt with me. Guy,
Yeah,
how's
this
it
is the
going?
second time this month that Chris is on the road. We were at the Walmarts 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, and here we are on the softball field.
Yeah, and
Not
forgive
me.
me. Yeah,
I was in the courtroom.
forgive me for the background noise. I'm here covering. Man, Mahoning Valley. What a state softball season they've had. 4 teams are here at the state softball tournament. Just got done covering the first. Matthews, tough loss. They lost the last inning to Monroeville. Monroeville hit a home run. Windy day. I could see out here the wind's going to the right, but Monroeville hit a home run to the left. The girl really
Oh,
caught
wow.
into it. They had a good win, but it was interesting talking to Matthews afterwards. Didn't realize this. Matthews has no seniors on their team. Usually,
Wow.
when you see a state team, you're like, "Oh, we're going to miss all these girls. They're seniors." They have none, and they were sad. They were disappointed, but they're like, "Hey, we're ready to make another run next year. We'll see what happens." This was their first time in the state tournament in 10 years. They played a good game. Monroeville just had a good home run at the end. And just to summarize, um, busy weekend of state softball. Later today, the game is scheduled to start at 5:30, but we're running about an hour behind. But South Range plays on Division Three. The other Division Three state semi with Oak Harbor is just about ready to start in a few minutes, so that's kind of where we're at there. And then tomorrow, Guy, nothing against Matthews or South Range, but two really powerful teams going to play from the Mahoning Valley. We have Camfield playing in the morning. Camfield was the state runner-ups last year. They have a real strong team. And Austin Town Fitch, they were the state champions last year. They're in the top 3 to 5 teams in the country. They'll start their defense tomorrow night, and then the winners will play Saturday for a tournament. So unfortunately, we have one team down, but we still have 3 teams left, and we'll see what happens with them.
And the Mahoning Valley, as always, it's a cradle of girls softball. They have a history of putting some championship level teams out there, and this year's no different.
Yeah, it was
Salute to
interesting.
Matthews.
Yeah, and we'll have that quote. I got to run up back to the press box after this and write my story, but it was interesting. Yeah, they're all different schools, but they all hang out together. They play in travel teams and everything. I remember asking the girls afterwards, "What's it mean that 4 teams?" They all thought it was special. They play together in the off season and everything. So it's really a good sign for the Valley to have so many teams make the state semifinals.
Great. Well, back here in Trumbull County, there was lots of courtroom action today. We had a final pretrial for Brandon Daviduk, and you'll be reading about that in the coming days on Mahoning Matters. He rejected a plea offer from prosecutors, and the capital murder trial is going ahead, and it'll begin
Okay.
in Judge O'Brien's courtroom June 17th. That's in a couple of
Okay.
weeks. So that Daviduk and 2 others are facing charges in the January 23 fire arson death of a 16-year-old Warren teen female. And one of the others, defendants, Patricia Zarlingo, is scheduled for trial in July.
Okay.
So that's the news from the courtroom this today, and of course the Mahoning Valley is still in the aftermath of Tuesday's tragic explosion downtown Youngstown.
Yeah, one of those awful things. Love the support. You see all the organizations saying we're praying for downtown, praying for Youngstown. It's great to see how the city's kind of banded together for this. Just really sad though. It was something you wish would never happen. Currently, we are taping this right after the Matthews game. It's 4 o'clock on Thursday.
Right,
I will
as
tell
we
you,
speak. Right.
yeah, the NTSB got called in. That's the news we know as of 4 p.m. They are holding a press briefing. Again, we'll have this update on Mahoning Matters as soon as it gets done. I'm not sure what the briefing is. Do they know enough to say the cause? It's interesting. Some city officials have already said it looks like a natural gas explosion. But the Mayor Tito Brown's been like, hey, let's wait until we get a final result. So NTSP is leading the investigation for what happens. It seems like a natural gas explosion, but we'll find out for sure what happened. Yeah, obviously, Chase Walker passed. Very sad to hear. 27-year-old. They released the identity of him yesterday, and a lot of mourning there. Tough times for Chase Bank. I mean, it's got to be hard.
Yeah.
They're trying to recover now too. With some of our media partners, we see some really interesting stories about what people are going through. I mean, there's apartments upstairs, so we got some people
so
don't
a
have
lot
a
of
place
people
to stay.
are homeless because that building doesn't look salvageable.
Yeah, I mean, there was some concern about would it stand. I'm guessing it's not going to collapse, but it may not be salvageable. I mean, it's probably not going to. Hopefully, it doesn't collapse. But even like you said, if it doesn't collapse, it may not be able to be used in the
I'm
long
not a
term. So they may have to
contractor
take
or
it down anyway.
architect, but it's not good when the first floor goes down into the basement.
Right. Well, and I think I respect what Mayor Brown said yesterday at his press conference. He's like, let's wait to see what's happening. And, he wants to wait till the final results are happening. But I would tend to agree with you. It looks like this is, not salvageable.
And I'm just hearing from my sources that news conference is starting, and of course we're on. We're back at 4:00
Correct.
on a Thursday, so
Yep.
answers will be forthcoming, and so stay
Yeah.
tuned to Mahoning Matters.
Yeah, and we hope that by the time we have this posted, the story's going to be posted too. We're everywhere today. Let me take a little break from our podcast. You probably hear a lot of noises behind me. You're like, where are you at? I'm at Firestone Park here in Akron. I think I could do this. Let me show you a little bit of what we're watching.
We're gonna get some live action here.
Yeah, you're
The
looking
game
at
starts.
the
You're
first
looking
division.
live at Firestone Park.
Yeah, you're looking at the first Division III game, state semifinal. And Oak Harbor is one of the teams. They will play the winner of this game. Will play the winner of South Range, who plays in the next game. So again, a lot of exciting Youngstown action. We're in between Youngstown playing, but as I said, I'm here. We'll have coverage of the South Range game tonight too.
And it's been quite a year for Canfield High Sports. Their football team, of course, last year was championship. They went far in the tournament this past season, and then basketball went almost to the Final Four, I believe. It was
definitely a really good year from Canfield. It was interesting. I actually covered their last loss. They lost a game late in the year to Louisville, and it was interesting. The coach after the game was like, "Hey, we can learn from this. They haven't lost since." So it's interesting to see what's happened with Canfield. Austin Top Fritz is on an amazing run. They were like 92-1. They were outscoring teams over the past 10 games. So expect to see good performances like tomorrow from Austin.
Hopefully, we can get at least one champion out of here.
Yeah, and I got some South Range people sitting near me. South Range is a really good team too. I mean, they beat a really good Warren champion team in the regional final.
Champion, a perennial semifinalists, and they've won a few championships in their day. Trumbull County, well represented in the softball tournament in recent years.
Yeah, and a lot of great teams. I mean, when you talk about South Range, Canfield, and we talk about Fitch, you got three good teams that have a really good chance of making it really far.
How was the crowd from Matthews people? Did a lot of people come? A lot come from Matthews to support the team?
Yep, Matthews had a good contention out there. Hey, let me mention this too. It's not just softball that's got attention this weekend. We've got currently West Branch is facing off against Ursuline in a regional semifinal in baseball. We've got Mike Brown, our freelancer. He's out covering that as well. We'll have coverage. Guys, this is kind of interesting. Talk about South Range. South Range is playing their regional baseball and state semifinal game at the same time. They were trying to change it. The OHSSA said no. A little bit of hard feelings there. So if you're a South Range fan, you got to pick one game wherever to go to. You can't go both at the same time.
Spring sports seems to do that, and then also graduation. Hopefully, some of these schools got their graduation ceremonies out of the way before the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Baseball, we have a couple teams that are still alive. And also this weekend in Dayton, we'll have coverage of that state track meet. Man, guys, there's so much stuff going on.
Spring sports.
Yeah, spring
and
sports.
I guess we're going to go into our summer mode. The festivals will be starting up. I know in Trumbull County, this coming weekend is the African American Fest. Well, not this weekend. We're still in May. First full weekend of June.
Yes.
Max African American Heritage Festival, Achievers Fest, and
well, yeah,
a lot
gonna
of
be a
other
busy
things
summer,
happening.
man.
And that
Yeah,
explosion, I haven't heard that there was supposed to be a Slavic festival coming into downtown Youngstown. I don't know if the explosion has affected that any. We'll stay tuned to see about that one.
yeah. The only news I know as of the moment, there was like some spring planning slated to go on Saturday. From what we understand, that will continue. So we'll see what happens. So
Right.
I know the other day they were being very careful because the first day we didn't know anything. We didn't know what else was in the area or everything. But I think some of those things are going to continue this weekend from what I hear.
Right. And people are being allowed. The streets are now opened. Yesterday, even first part of the day, some of the streets in downtown were still closed. But now traffic is flowing, and things are hopefully getting back to normal, and we'll get some more answers from the NTSB.
Yep. Yeah. So just for a group, it seems like there's a million things going on right now. Explosion. What we have is kind of what's known for now. Again, sadly, one person dead. They're saying at least 7 hurt. Um, Everybody's accounted for. There was some question about if another woman was missing. A little bit of a misunderstanding. She was actually at a hospital in Boardman. So that looks to be okay now. Investigation continues. Like you said, nothing's for certain yet, but a lot of questions about what the future of that really building is. But again, we're hoping everyone's okay. I will say props to Penguin City Beer as well as the Youngstown Fleet leaders there. They got together. They had lunch for some of the displaced residents as well as the first responders. Yeah, that was.
And the Red Cross has housed all of those people that have been deemed homeless from the blast. And again, kudos to the first responders. You can't say enough about the job they did. And it's a miracle seeing the damage that the blast did. That there weren't more casualties, because usually that time of day, downtown is bustling with energy.
Yeah, and my heart goes out. I was actually in that Chase building probably a few weeks back. Had to pick up some cash. I think I was there for 5 minutes and I left. But I know where that's at. And yeah, just tough times overall. So, but again, I go back to what Tito Brown said the other day. People were excited just about the response from the first responders. Obviously, horrible day. We don't ever see this type of days again. But it's great to see how Youngstown came together in a tough time. So,
and being in the communication business, they did a great job of getting the word out and keeping people safe. I know the social media was, the emergency management had lots of dispatches, and also the firefighters did a great job of communicating with the public.
Yeah, and I will say, when I first came to cover stuff in Youngstown was struggling a little bit on communications in terms of getting like police reports out and everything. They've done a lot better. Props to them.
Oh, I 100% there.
Yeah, they send out their police reports to the media every day. Their Facebook group, and they're smart about it. That's how people communicate. They tell you media, we'll send some press releases out, but watch our Facebook group for updates. They've done a good job with that. So I got to thank, Tito Brown, Nikki, the manager, and just some other people for what they've done to make it a little bit better. Props out to them. I couldn't say the same thing a year ago, but they've done a lot better with it. So good for them. Um, let me. I always seem to make a little bit of a pitch here, but I think today's a perfect day for that. As you can see, a busy day. I'm here in Akron, guys in Trumbull County. We've got people in Canton covering baseball. And you sit there and say, wow, you guys are doing a lot for having a little bit of people. Well, that's what we do. We cover the area. We want to try to provide the best coverage we can. I know I've worked with some sites in the past that say, hey, if you want us to still stay around, you got to support us. We don't operate like that. We say we want to add to what we have. Please support us. So, tax deductible donations, that's what we take. Those donations can come off your taxes for one. And two, that helps us uh, pick up more freelancers, potentially pick up more full time people. So we even cover the area even better. We're out there doing our best to cover the area as best we can. We appreciate your support and everything. So, again, when you think about it, check out. There's a big banner on the front page. You can support us. We got links on all of our stories. And again, that's a way not just to keep this going so we can add more people so we can cover even more of these things. As you know, very busy day and a very busy summer coming up, and we want to provide even better coverage than we're doing right now. So that's the way you could do it. Support Mahoning Valley when you can.
Well, Chris, bring home a winner in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, again, Oak Harbor plays. We're going to be soon. South Range is the game next, so it'll be good to see what happens. And let's see, we might try to do another live thing tomorrow when it comes to Campfield and Fish. But like I said, we're here at the first day. Nice weather, guy. Spring sports.
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah,
I know. Yard work needs some attention. Today would be a perfect day to do it.
yes, definitely. In spring sports, so many rainouts this year. I know Fitch didn't get all their games in, but I'll tell you, I'm looking outside. I'm up here in Akron. I can show the sky a little bit. Not a cloud in the sky, which is amazing. Very cool. So it was a rough year for weather, but at least it's ending in the right path. So it should be good. No rain on predicted Friday or Saturday either, so it should be a great weekend. All right,
Great.
guys. We'll hang on for a minute afterwards, but let's bid our listeners a farewell. Keep in contact with us, guys. Ton more coverage coming this weekend. For Guy, this is Chris. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye now.